Does anyone care to enlighten me on how we are already nearly halfway through the year? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby if you're new here. I'm a lifestyle content creator and I'm also a CPA full-time in public accounting, and I just got home yesterday from a bachelorette trip for one of my best friends. I'm the matron of honor in the wedding, so it was so fun to see the fruits of the labor of planning my very first bachelorette trip, which I planned it with the maid of honor, and it was just so special getting to surprise one of my best friends from college and celebrate her this weekend and get to meet her friends from all different walks of life, and get to do so 30 minutes from where I grew up and where I also had my bachelorette trip, which was in Rosemary Beach. And so nice to just see all of the hard work come together to make it such a special weekend for her. And prior to that trip, I spent some time with my parents at their house for a couple days. Unfortunately, we are going back to work today though, and it's a new work week. It is a short work week for me because we leave again Friday for another wedding. But this week and maybe a little into next week, we'll see how much I get done this week. Instead of focusing on a work week in my life, I really wanted to make this vlog focused on kind of just a realistic reset since we're halfway through the year. So a bit of a mid-year reset and just really focusing on getting back in the old habits or getting more consistent with habits I already have in place, and then starting to implement new habits. Because honestly, after busy season, things just got really busy for my content creating work, which is so great because I had to basically put a full stop and pause on a lot of sponsorship related stuff for 8 weeks-ish and couldn't do near as much as I normally do. And then also just got really busy with life related things, plans, summer trips, that kind of thing, weddings. And as a result, a lot of my habits kind of fell off. I don't even remember the goals I set at the beginning of the year, and I kind of just want to refresh myself with those and also just do some reset kind of tasks, if you will. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. But I went to F45 this morning and definitely wanting to stay consistent with that. It can definitely be hard with going out of town, but I really just try to go as much as I can when I'm going out of town a lot and traveling. I actually feel like I'm probably more consistent when I'm traveling and stuff because I'm oh, I'm going to be going out of town, so I'm a lot better about getting myself to go. Whereas where I'm just staying home, I'll just skip days a lot more frequently. I showered though, made my coffee, and walked Ella. My first order of business this morning for our reset task is to fill out my doodle planner for the month of June. I didn't fill my doodle planner out at all for May, which is so sad because this theme is just so me. I'm such a music girl, and it was very kind of retro music themed. And then I started to do April on my birthday and I never finished it. I fell off about halfway through March once things just kind of hit the fan at work for me. So I want to get back into it because I did notice I was much better with my habits, and overall just love the art of sitting here and doodling in the doodle planner and coloring things in, because it just forces me to slow down a little bit, and I really want to get back on board with tracking my habits. So before I log on to work, I'm gonna put on some YouTube videos and work on doodling this, and I'll show you all the finished products and share the habits that I'm wanting to track this month with you guys. I'm done coloring things in. I actually am finishing right before I need to log on to work, which is so nice because I was thinking it was going to take me longer, but I think this one was a lot less detailed this month, so that made it a bit quicker. I do absolutely hate my monthly spread, but what else is new? This is hideous. This is literally hideous. I used this bright yellow, and in hindsight, I should have used, which I think this is what I meant to use, and I just didn't use the right thing, this color, which is more a nude, to be the base, and that would have looked really nice. It is what it is. Here's the main spread. I haven't filled out goals right here. A lot of times I skip this part because I just don't always have monthly goals. I kind of am just working towards the same stuff from my yearly goal. Every now and then I'll put stuff there to just remind myself. But I really like the quote this month: "You haven't even met all of you yet." I was gonna do pinks and reds because that's just the vibe I felt looking at this cake initially, but I was I don't want it to be Valentine's Day. Got my monthly spread, but I haven't put any events or anything in, so I'll probably do that really quickly. And then here's my habit and mood tracker. I love all these little cakes on the bottom. Did kind of the same colors I used on other pages here for the mood tracker. But for my habit tracker, I did a lot of the same ones that I typically do, such as read 7+ hours of sleep, eat at home, coffee at home, exercise, and then less than 2 hours of screen time a day. Those are the habits that I like typically track every month, but my new habits, which I'm like really actually trying to focus on these. I feel like a lot of times I will just jot them down on my habit tracker and I'll be like, yeah, I want to track these things, but then I won't be intentional about like actually taking the steps to do those things, and more so just like putting them on there to have something to check off, even though I end up not really checking it off. So I'm calling it my big 3 for this month, which is really just like my 3 core things that I just like really want to focus on doing every day for as many times during the week as possible. 10,000 steps a day, which isn't hard on my days that I go in office, and typically on the weekends I feel like I get 10,000 steps. But my work from home days, I don't think I hit 10,000. I probably hit around 8. But it's gonna hold me accountable for going on the longer walks at the end of the workday, which I love doing, but now that it's warmer, it's like hard to get myself to like actually go on like a really long walk. But Griff and I have both been loving doing that because it's a great way for us to like catch up at the end of the day and spend quality time with each other, because otherwise we genuinely don't see each other during the day, because he is gone and at the gym before I'm even awake in the morning, and he doesn't come back home until after work, so I only see him for like 2 hours in the evening, it feels like. It's good quality time for us. I just know taking more steps, going on more walks, it's just gonna be better for my health and help me reach like my fitness goals in general. So that's the reason for that habit. Then I have to read my devotional, and that is one that I will be good about for a couple days or like a week, and then I'll fall off for like 3 weeks, and I feel like that has just persistently been the way I am with it for so long. Honestly, the last few weeks I've had like a lot of personal stuff going on in my life, and a lot of it's been kind of just like nothing like crazy or bad, but just some like emotional turmoil, and I do find a lot of peace and rest in my relationship with God, so I want to really focus on that more. And doing my devotional at the start of the day just starts my day off on the right note. I always feel so much more grateful and so much less stressed when I start my day off with my devotional. Like I get so bothered by like having to log on to work or like commute to go into the office, and I feel like on the days that I like actually do my devotional, I'm so much more grateful, and I look at things from so much more of a I'm grateful to do this perspective versus I hate that I'm having to do this. So I'm just more of a positive person, which I definitely need more of, because unfortunately I am a natural pessimist. I'm very aware of that. That's the reason for that one. And the last one is to stretch before bed. Griffin and I talked about actually about a week and a half ago before I went out of town. He was saying how he really needs to be better about stretching. He wants me to start going on runs with him, and I'm considering. I am. But if I'm going to be doing that, I need to be stretching way more. And I also just need to be stretching way more as is with going to F45. I always do like a quick stretch after my F45 class, and then obviously before during the warm up, but really want to be better about stretching before bed. The older I get, I am just going to keep losing flexibility. I think I will sleep better. I will feel better. I feel like my hips hurt all the time, and I just want to be more diligent about doing that. And it literally doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I think it'll be great because Griff and I can hold each other accountable for it, and it can be another thing we do together before bed. Just a quick little 5-minute stretch, and it will keep me nice and limber for years to come as I get older. Those are the habits, and we're gonna start working on those literally ASAP, aka today. So we'll be really focusing on doing those big 3 as many days as I can this week. Yeah, we'll be seeing that, but I already feel so much more put together and so good now that I have this filled out. Neglecting it the last few months, I have felt my head has been a little bit of a scrambled mess. I feel better. Another thing we're doing this week to reset is some self-care, which is much needed. Taking the time to do like little acts of self-care definitely helps me just slow down and not get so caught up in the to-dos, especially when I'm trying to reset like I am in this vlog. I washed my hair this morning, as y'all saw, and I did do a hair mask in the shower just to help nourish my hair after being in the salt water and in the sun over the past week, which was definitely needed. I'm wanting to film some content this week, like after work and stuff, and it's just a lot easier when my hair is already done to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair this week. Also just nice to treat myself to a blowout, since I normally deal with my curly hair most of the time, and it's just a nice little form of self-care. We're gonna do some more self-care this evening. Here's my before. I'm starting with some damp hair. It's been a while since I got my hair done. I typically get glosses on my hair, and since it's been so long, I don't really have a lot of the usual shine that I have for my glosses. So I want to bring some shine back and really tackle my frizz that typically comes when I am heat styling and blowing out my hair, especially because Houston is so humid and hot right now. Really need to be able to tame the frizz. I always like doing this when I'm like in between haircuts and don't have time to get one because it just makes me feel like I got my hair done. Starting off by sectioning my hair right where my eyebrows are. I'm gonna go in from the root to the tip of my hair with the IGK Good Behavior Spirulina Protein Smoothing Spray. I love IGK products so much, and this product was actually designed to sort of mimic a keratin treatment at home to give you smooth, sleek, and shiny hair without harsh chemicals. And then just brushing through to evenly distribute the product. For starters, this spray smells phenomenal and it provides up to 24 hours of frizz control. And it also doubles as a heat protectant up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Y'all know I love efficiency and I love a product that can be a 2-in-1, especially when I'm traveling so I don't have to bring a heat protectant and a smoothing spray. And it works on all hair types, so no matter what hair type you have, it's going to help fight that frizz and block humidity, which your Texas girl needs, and just make your hairstyle last longer, which makes my life so much easier at the end of the day. The formula is lightweight and non-greasy, which I love because I hate using hair products when I'm styling my hair that weigh my hair down or make it feel like I didn't even wash my hair. IGK Smoothing Spray is activated by heat styling tools, so I'm gonna go in with a blow brush on my damp hair now that the product's distributed to style it. And to really lock in a smooth finish, you can touch up with a flat iron after blowing your hair out. Normally my frizz is so bad, especially on the undersection of my hair when I use any kind of blow brush like this or a blow dryer to give a blowout. I always have to follow with a straightener to help smooth it out. But as you can see, I've literally not touched my hair with a straightener. It's just been the blow brush. This seriously just tames the frizz so well and makes my hair so smooth, and it's incredible because I just truly don't feel like there's any product in my hair. Until I found this product, I literally used to just do blowouts with no product in my hair because I couldn't stand how every time I put anything in my hair, even if it was just a leave-in conditioner or a heat protectant, my hair just felt like it was getting weighed down and greasy. And now I will never do another blowout without the IGK smoothing spray. I know that this side is technically styled, but you can seriously see such a difference in the amount of shine and smoothness of my hair as compared to how dull this side of my hair looks. These pieces right here are even like basically dry and there's just like hardly any shine going on. Here's my finished blowout. It's literally giving fresh out of the salon and I didn't even go to the salon. It's crazy the difference that one product can make. Didn't have to use a straightener at all, just a smoothing brush, and my hair feels so good and so shiny. IGK smoothing spray is seriously a miracle worker in my blowout routine at home. If you're mid-year resetting and wanting to give your hair a little pizzazz without going to the salon, definitely check out the IGK smoothing spray. You can click the link in my description box or scan the QR code here on screen and use my code Abby25 to save 25% off this incredible IGK Good Behavior smoothing spray. Thank you so much to IGK for sponsoring this portion of today's video and giving me the best hair refresh. I want to continue with the self-care activities, but I want to go ahead and walk first because I feel like the self-care is very winding down, wrapping up the evening-esque. I want to do all of that once I've taken my body shower already, so obviously I want to like go on my evening walk first. I'm about to take Ella on a walk and we'll probably do about 1.5 miles tonight, maybe a mile, we'll see. This is part of me practicing reaching my goal and working towards my habit of 10,000 steps a day. I actually want to see where I'm at right now on my Aura Ring, which I have no idea how accurate the Aura Ring step tracking is. I've actually heard it's not super accurate, and that's just like maybe one of the not so great things about Aura Rings, but I am at, oh, look at me. I'm at 10,431 today, so I'm probably not actually at that, but I normally don't even hit like 10K on days I work from home. So we're slaying the day and we haven't even done our walk. So with that being said, I'll probably just do 1 mile tonight. Want to have time to read and I need to make some progress editing a video. So maybe we'll just do 1 mile so we can get back in quickly, have more time to relax and chill. Taking a moment to acknowledge that this is my hair after we just walked. There's literally like no frizz and it's pretty humid outside. I know y'all seen how literally curly my hair gets and how frizzy it gets when I go outside, because I've shown it in vlogs before when I've had my hair straight and came back inside and had to redo it because it got so curly and frizzy. But I'm very impressed by there just being like literally no frizz basically. Griffin's in our bathroom right now, so I came in here to take off my Medicube mask, which felt good to do. I haven't done a face mask honestly since I got these, which was like the end of last year, I think. I'm just like so bad about doing face masks and stuff. I don't know why. I think I just forget I have them sometimes and don't do them, but I would like to do them like once a week or something. Been having a lovely chill evening though, but it's 9:30 and I'm gonna get into bed and start reading. I got in bed to start reading last night. And oh my gosh, I think I read literally 2 lines in Kingdom of Ash and my eyes were already shut. I was so tired, even though I took a nap yesterday when I got home from the airport. So the plan for the rest of this evening, I've also been filming a short form little evening in my life. So even though it was supposed to be a very restful and chill evening, which it was, I have been also editing short form content, editing a YouTube video and filming a short form video. But that's just how it goes over here. It's the next morning. I'm about to hop in the shower. I just went to F45, but I just have to say I slept so good last night, and I know I've been like super deep sleep deprived from the last week when I was at home. I honestly did not sleep much because I was staying up late to edit, so I didn't have to take time away during the day from spending time with my family. And then obviously on the bachelorette trip, didn't get a ton of sleep. But all that being said, I literally slept so good, and I think part of it might be because I stretched and because I went on a longer walk before bed. I think that that really helped like with digestion and stuff. I always hear that, you know, the walks after dinner are so good. A lot of times we wait until a bit later after dinner to go on walks, but last night I went probably like 30 minutes after we finished dinner. So I feel like that might have just like helped me sleep a lot better. I don't know. I'm just theorizing at this point. My sleep score I think was like an 86. I only got like 7 hours of sleep, so that's why it wasn't higher, but all of my scores were blue on my Oura ring, which is a good thing. I used to have a really hard time with my restfulness score, and it's been a lot better since we moved actually, so it makes me like wonder why it was always red in our old house. I don't really know why, but anyways, all that being said, it has been blue a lot more frequently lately. I don't want to go as far to say it's blue every night, but my restfulness score was great last night. So we're making progress in the sleep department. Anytime I do vlogs like this where I have like some other greater theme, but I'm also like living my life in the video, I never really know when to vlog because I'm like, wait, I was gonna be like vlogging all these clips in the office today, and then I was like, nope, this is not a typical vlog. We're doing a reset vlog. But then I've also filmed like other random clips here and there. So anyways, for this evening's post-work reset activity, we're gonna clean out the fridge and get rid of some stuff that has gone bad and just reorganize a little bit. I'm not doing like a full-blown take everything out, wipe it down, because that's just quite frankly not how I want to spend my evening after work. But I do want to go through and get rid of the stuff that's like expired and needs to go. It's planned for this evening. It's somehow already almost 7 o'clock. I literally hate this. I got home from work around like 5:30 or 5:40, and I let Ella run around in the backyard for a little bit and sat out there with her, and then came inside and got the content ready to post for short form content today. Made dinner, just cleaned up dinner, and now we're gonna tackle the fridge. Here's the before. I think something I hate about it right now is that the way it's organized makes absolutely no sense at all. So I also just want to get some things moved around because everything is a mess, clearly. And we're done. That literally took me like 10 minutes. I probably should have just wiped everything out since that took way less time than I thought. But we've got our vegetables and fresh herbs in here. The drawer's kind of a mess because there's a lot in there right now, as well as like some salad stuff. And then this drawer used to have bread and some alcohol in it, and it's just because our wine fridge had so much in it that we couldn't fit the alcohol in it. We've drank some of the alcohol now, so I transferred those rogue bottles in here into the wine fridge. And then now in here I just have like our citrus and fruit, except for like blueberries and strawberries. And down here, I've got like our lunch meat, cheeses, regular meat, bread, and egg. And then over here, I've just got like liquid stuff, and then my yogurt, cottage cheese, egg whites. Then I've got some yogurt drinks right here. We have these for like breakfast sometimes on the go or before like workout. And then over here, I just didn't really know what to do with this space, but for now, it's really just holding like our lunches for tomorrow. It looks like a lot, but it's just because we had to keep our meat separate from the cold stuff like the lettuce, guac, and such, because we made taco bowls tonight. So when we reheat it the next day, we just only reheat the meats. And then blueberries right here. I didn't really do too much up here, but I did move my Olippops back to the top. They were down here stacked in a box. This is like jam and baking related stuff. I have some boiled eggs in here, and then dates, and we have like pickles, a little pouch of salsa, and some mayonnaise, and then some dips right here. We still have open. There's nothing in this container back here. I normally put lemons and apples in it, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of it entirely because it just takes up so much space and I don't even use it half the time, or I forget about the stuff that's in it. I didn't really go through the doors, but I did make sure all of the creamers and stuff are good and everything's good here. Looks much better and we're all good. Step check-in for today. I am at 9,746 steps, which I'm sure I'll hit 10K before I go to bed. We just finished walking Ella. Didn't end up doing that long of a walk tonight just because we didn't get started walking until later, but I didn't do my devotional or update my doodle planner this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, even though I meant to do it this morning. It's just the days I go in office, I'm usually like rushing to get out the door and not taking things as slow and not ever really sitting down in the morning at any point besides getting ready. So I wanna go ahead and update this, and I definitely need to stretch because today in F45, I had to do long jumps, and anytime I have to do long jumps, the tops of my feet hurt so freaking bad, and I feel like I can't even walk normally because they are so sore, and just it's just because I never do movement like that, and it just makes the tops of my feet and my shins hurt really bad. So we're gonna set up this bookshelf tonight, but we're actually gonna do that Thursday. It's so sad because we're like so busy right now, and I'm so busy that I'm having to like plan out the days I'm gonna do one thing for each part of this reset video, because it's not like I have time to do more than one thing each day of the reset video, which that's just reality. I mean, having the corporate job, being a content creator, and trying to catch up on that stuff after work while also giving myself time to get enough sleep and time to do things I want to do, like read and hang out with Griffin, walk my dog. I can only do so much after work, so this is very realistic to say the least. But tomorrow is technically my Thursday since we leave on Friday to go to a wedding, so I am excited about that at least. This morning's reset activity has been sort of just setting up our planner and my Google Calendar for all the weddings we have through the rest of the year. Griffin and I are like freaking out right now because we think we are forgetting about one, but there's just so many, so it's like really easy to feel like you're forgetting one. I'm pretty sure we have everything down, but I wanted to get it in my actual like calendar spreads in here, and then also update my Google Calendar because I also keep weddings in there, so that when people ask about plans, going out of town and stuff, I at least have it on my phone, because a lot of times I, don't have this with me when we're talking about that stuff. But we wanted to do this because this really, ultimately ties into financially resetting, I guess you could say, for a mid-year reset, because honestly, guys, this has just been a really expensive year for us, and it happens. We do have some investing that we do just like on a monthly basis, a couple $100 that we throw into investment. So we are saving in that regard, but we're not saving a ton in regard to like replenishing certain sinking funds. We do have some sinking funds still set up, but like our home sinking fund is pretty empty because of like buying our home, obviously. I think we have a little bit in our travel fund left, but definitely not enough to cover the amount of plane tickets that we have to get through the rest of the year because of these weddings. The whole point in us doing this right now is because one, Griffin needs to sit down and see how much PTO he has left after putting in the minimum dates we have to take off for these weddings that are not here in Houston, because all but 2 of them are elsewhere besides Houston. We want to figure that out, and the reason why we're prioritizing that like literally right now this week is because Southwest is doing their summer sale right now, so you can get like a lot of plane tickets for really cheap. Like our Palm Springs wedding, we really want to do San Diego for like 2 days before that wedding, but he has to see if he has enough PTO to take an extra 2 days. And I would love to get those tickets right now because that wedding is in October, so it's relatively soon, I guess you could say, plane ticket wise. And we can both get like a round trip ticket for $700 or $720 total, which is like crazy good deal for going that far, because I feel like every other wedding we've been going to and other trips we've been going on, it's been like $600 for one person's round trip ticket. So we're trying to take advantage of the sale while we can. So that's why we're doing that, so we can at least save some money and so we can figure out how much PTO Griffin has to see if we'll be able to do like a quick trip while we're going to one of these weddings, since we're not really doing any other kind of vacation this year. Some years you save more than others. We saved a good bit last year, even though I was self-employed and I wasn't bringing in as much money. I still was really good about trying to save as much as I can and not spending a lot. We saved a decent amount last year, and then the year before that was our wedding, so we definitely spent a lot that year. So we did spend a good bit in 2023. 2022 I saved really, really aggressively though. It's been an expensive past few years, but I'm thinking towards the back half of this year we'll be able to save a lot more. It's just the front half of this year has been so expensive with buying our home and then a lot of the plane tickets that we've had to get for these like farther away weddings. Next order of business on the reset, going to get our nails done. I have no idea what color I want to get. I want to get a butter yellow, but I don't think where I go has many options for that color. Here are the finished nails. I really struggled with picking a color. I posted on my Instagram story that I pretty much never know what color I'm getting when I go get my nails done unless it's October, because I'm always get black in October. I usually just send a picture of the colors I'm looking at, the Griffin, and let him pick. So he picked these, but it reminds me of powdered like mac and cheese, like the mac and cheese powder, which is kind of gross. But other than that, like they're so pretty, especially because I have a tan right now. This color would be heinous on me if I did not have a tan. My nail lady, she was even saying like, I didn't think this color was going to be very pretty, but it looks really pretty on you. And I was like, thank you. I think the fact that I have like a tan right now and I've been in the sun helps. But they're so pretty. The color is Nope Not Today. These are my natural nails for the most part. I have tips on like 2 of them. So they're nice and long right now because I've been consistently getting dip, and I wish I had more time to like do my own nails because I have so many gorgeous polishes and press-ons here at home. And honestly, last year when I was like doing my own nails, I really did like hate the process of it just because it was like a 2.5-hour ordeal to like remove my nails and paint them, prep them, let them dry, which is a really long time. But I really liked how it forced me to slow down a lot, and I wish I had more time to do my nails. Maybe one day, but I still really enjoyed that process, and I have so many pretty colors that I'm just like not getting to use right now because I'm going and getting them done to save myself time. And it was also just really frustrating because like these will last me a month, whereas painting my own nails at home, they're gonna chip within like 7 days max and like 3 minimum. So it's like all that effort for what? You know what I mean? I would try everything and they would still just usually chip after a couple days. It's hard when you work that hard and they just like get ruined really quickly. As part of the reset, we were going to set up a bookshelf in my office. It's the black bookshelf that was in our living room in our old house. We were going to do that tonight, but we had this whole situation today. We have a wedding this weekend and we leave tomorrow night. But I was talking to a coworker today and she's going on her bachelorette trip this weekend. And I was like, oh my gosh, we might be in the airport at the same time on Friday morning. And she was like, no way, what time is your flight? And I went to pull it up and I was so confused because I was like, wait, why is my flight at Friday night and we don't get into where we're going until 11:30 p.m. And I was like, I'll be right back, like I gotta figure this out because this is not right. We have to be at a rehearsal dinner on Friday night. So thank God I had that conversation today and realized that, because I wouldn't have looked at that until it was time to check in yesterday, and we might have been screwed and missed the rehearsal dinner. So we ended up having to pay another like $450 to change our flight to tomorrow night instead of Friday night. And my parents are going to this wedding and so are Griffin's parents, but my parents are going to pick us up on the way to the wedding because my parents are driving because it's closer to where they are. So they're going to pick us up Friday morning and we're just staying the night Thursday night in Jacksonville before we go where we're going. So crazy stuff. All that being said, we don't have time to do the bookshelf tonight. Griffin still is at home because he went and got his hair cut and it's literally almost 8 o'clock. He's not going to have energy to do that and he has to pack tonight. I need to start getting my stuff together at least because I do have to work tomorrow, but I am going to work from home. But I really wanted to get the bookshelf up because part of this reset was to do something that progressed our house further, because our house is nowhere near done. There's so much furniture that we need to get, and not because we aren't happy with our current furniture. Some of the stuff, yes, but like a lot of it is because we either don't have something for the room that exists or what we have doesn't work For example, this table right here that I got off Facebook Marketplace is obviously way too low for this bench. And I'm having a really hard time finding a table to go right here in this breakfast nook because we need something that's like 34 inches tall, which is a very weird height. Most tables are 30 inches tall, like dining tables and stuff like that. But then a counter height table I think would be too high. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that. We need to get a new couch because ours just like does not fit in our space and doesn't work for like where we have to put the TV. But we have a couch right now, that's all that matters. So we're not worrying about it. And we haven't even hung our TV up. All that being said, I was really desperate to do something that made me feel like I was making progress on the house without spending any money, which was to put that bookshelf up in my office and put my books on it because I want somewhere to put my books because they're literally still packed in this room that's going to be the library sitting room eventually, but it's not right now. We will get around to doing that in this reset video, just not yet. I figured we could get cozy and talk about my TBR as part of this reset. If you've seen my recent videos, I actually don't know if this video is going up first or if the TBR video is going up first, but I filmed a high priority TBR, basically just like the books that I really, really want to read throughout the rest of 2025. I've been working on editing it every day this week, but I have so much footage. I've had almost 3 hours of me just sitting there talking about books. All that being said though, I really want to make my short list, and if you don't know what your short list is, it's basically like your most current portion of your TBR. You want to prioritize, but the Fable app, which is what I use to like track my reads and my TBR and everything. I am also on Goodreads, but I really only update it probably like every 2 or 3 months now because I'm just a Fable convert. I love her. And Fable has this section on your want to read list where they have a short list lined up for you, and you can put 5 books that you want to pull from your want to read list and prioritize at the top. And I love this because it just helps me like stay on top of things. In the last week, I've actually added quite a couple of books to my TBR that sound so interesting that I really want to read, but they're not on my high priority TBR because I just put them on my TBR. But I wanted to make my short list. I made the short list that I have right now probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's honestly really solid. I have the favorites by Lane Fargo, The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall, Cash by Jessica Peterson, which is a cowboy western romance, and then Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, because I haven't read that yet and her new book just came out and I really want to catch up. So I'm gonna screen record and we're gonna figure this bad boy out, and I want it to be something that I like actually follow. For starters, I think I'm gonna take off the favorites. I just was feeling it and I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm gonna leave Broken Country on because someone commented on my Instagram reel or TikTok where I was talking about the books that I'm wanting to read next and trying to decide that Broken Country was really great on audiobook. So I actually think I'm going to do that as my next audiobook because I have been struggling to pick one, and I think I'm just going to choose that because that solves my problem of trying to find an audiobook, and I do really enjoy listening to them on the way to and from work, and I haven't listened to any this week or last week. I'm going to take off Lucky River Ranch. I don't know why I put this on here. I think I just didn't want to forget about it because it does sound really good and it has great reviews. Why would I read this when I still need to finish the Rebel Blue Branch series and read Wild and Wrangled? It's gonna go for me. Summer Romance, oh my gosh. I want to read it, but I don't know if it's gonna be what I read like next or soon. I don't know, I kind of want to read The Conditions of Will before Magnolia Parks just to like introduce myself to Jessa Hastings' writing style, which I'm sure I will love, but I am going to start Magnolia Parks. That it's going to be the next series I start, but I kind of don't want to wait that long to start The Conditions of Will, honestly. So I don't know. We're going to leave it at this right now and think about the 2 books I want to add. So these are some of the books that I've added recently. Nobody in Particular, Chain Gang All-Stars, Even Though I Knew the End, Our Infinite Fates. Our Infinite Fate sounds really good. Problematic Summer Romance, I've been seeing so much about that. I am going to go ahead and say I don't want to put any fantasy on here because I'm finishing Kingdom of Ash right now. I'm like 20% of the way through it, and once I finish that, we're taking a fantasy break until the fall, which isn't going to be that long. I have Margot's Got Money Troubles right now on Libby, and I have it held, but I haven't started it, so I should probably start it. And I also have another book on Libby right now. Let me see what I have. Oh, The X-Vows. Yeah, I could read that. That sounds like a good summer read. I really want to read Deep Cuts, like really, really badly. Gosh, I have so many books on here, y'all. I don't even know what I want to do or where I want to start. I should be hearing about what we're going to read for book club this month soon, like any day. I also need to consider that. So I'm going to go ahead and move The X-Vows up on my short list. Finishing the Rebel Blue Ranch series sounds like a good idea, and that would be a good palette cleanser after finishing Kingdom of Ash, but I'm probably not going to finish Kingdom of Ash for like another month if I had to guess. Atmosphere just came out and I really want to read it. I'm going to add that to my short list. I also want to finish all of her books because I think I have like 2 of her other books that I haven't read yet. Okay, I think this is looking good. I do want to finish, you know what, we're not going to start Summer Romance. I think I want to finish the series that I need to finish, which is the Windy City series. I need to read Rewind It Back that just came out, and then I need to finish the Rebel Blue Ranch series, Wild and Wrangled. So let's put Wild and Wrangled on here. It pains me to do this, but I'm going to take off the Conditions of Will, and I probably won't have started any of Jessa Hastings by the time this video goes up. So comment down below if you've read Magnolia Parks and you've read the Conditions of Will. Tell me if I should start with the Conditions of Will or start with Magnolia Parks. I am going to get to it. It feels like a sin to not have either of those on my short list right now. But realistically, I really do need and want to finish these series because I think it'll feel so good to finish them. And I definitely want to do it now while it's summertime because a lot of them are like romances. And I'm not going to want to read these when fall comes around because I'm going to be diving into a lot more fantasy, romantasy, and that kind of stuff. I didn't have Rewind It Back on my TBR, but now I'm gonna add it to my short list. Short list is looking good. Broken Country for audiobook. The X-Files, which is on Libby. Atmosphere, I just really want to read it. Wild and Wrangled to finish that series. Rewind It Back to finish that series. And then honorable mention is Margot's Got Money Troubles. And then on deck is Conditions of Will or Magnolia Parks. And I think we're in good shape. I'm going to go crawl into an editing hole though, but thanks for helping me with my short list. I didn't get to do a full closet clean out when we moved, unfortunately. I did go through my clothes very lightly once I hung everything up and got it put away when we moved in. But now that we've like fully gone through winter, it's summer now, and I'm looking at my closet, and I also want to look at my other closet that has my hoodies and sweatshirts in it. I really want to go through it, and like truly, if I have not worn it in the last year, it has to go, which is so hard for me to do because there are some things that I spent money on that I just don't want to get rid of because maybe I spent like 50 bucks on it or 70 bucks and I'm like, ugh, I just don't want to get rid of it. But I will post things on my Poshmark if they're things that I like purchase with my own money because I do get set clothes, but I don't sell those on Poshmark. I usually will just donate those. So let's go through it, see what we can find and see what we can get rid of. Here's my current stack of things I'm getting rid of. That doesn't include any like bottoms or pants. And I don't think I ever updated you guys on what I was gonna do with like my out of season clothes. Right now I have all of my sweatshirts and hoodies and sweaters in the guest room closet, and I'll probably leave those in there. But as far as like my sweatpants go and that kind of thing for when it's not winter, like right now, I have them in the little cube drawer in my office still, or in the bin. It's not a drawer. Right now my sweatpants are in this bin, and I plan to put these in like an under the bed storage thing and put it in our guest room just to store my sweatpants in some like zipped up, closed off storage since I won't have this space anymore. This bin is empty, but I'll use it for something in our mudroom or something like that. And then this one has all of like my shorts in it, and I can definitely find a spot in my closet for this. And I'll probably do some reorganizing in my closet when it comes to like the way I have my leggings, because they're on the legging hanger right now, but I really don't know if I love that. So we'll see. I'm just really still trying to figure it out, but I want to keep as much in my closet as I can besides things that are truly just like not in season. I like to think part of resetting is doing things that I don't want to do that I've been putting off. And one of those things is sending off return. I got this really cute swimsuit from PacSun a while ago just because I was like, oh, I should get a new swimsuit because I really don't feel like, I don't think I got any new ones last year. Not that you need to get one every year, but they get kind of dingy after you wear them a lot. And I just wanted another cute one. And I got this adorable one from PacSun, but as you can see, it just like looked really small. All their swim was 40% off when I got these, so it was only like a $40 swimsuit, which is amazing for everything. And these bottoms are precious, but these were just like a little too showy for me. I totally don't mind a cheeky swimsuit, but a lot of times I'm around family when I'm in a swimsuit, so I don't necessarily like want my entire butt out, you know? Which it could have been a cute one for if Griff and I just like go on a trip or something. But anyways, we're gonna return that because I have had the return started for like over a week and I just like haven't done it. And then I also have Griffin's tux from this wedding we went to this past weekend. It's a couple days later when I'm filming this from when I've been filming last week for the vlog, but we have his black tux rental that I need to drop off. But I'm about to go pick up Ella from where we board her because we got in too late last night, like past the time of the boarding place closing. But I took off work today. Today's Monday, and I'm so glad I did in hindsight because I really need today to like get my crap together, do laundry, go to the grocery store, reset, and get things figured out, straightened out after being out of town. And I just grabbed myself a camera and coffee again. I know I just went Friday when I dropped Ella off, or Thursday when I dropped Ella off. Since I'm over here again, I wanted to try it. And this is the mango sticky rice iced latte. They have so many fun like homemade seasonal drinks for summer. They have a campfire shaken espresso too, and y'all know I tried the Texas summer blueberry vanilla iced latte on Thursday. And this one is so good. I've never had a mango sticky rice like dessert, but that's like a dessert that I've been dying to try for so long, and I need to try one because I'm sure so many places here in Houston have them, but I just haven't gotten around to trying it. But it tastes really good. It's not one I would get like every single day, but it's good to try, especially if you like mango. I don't know how they did it so well though. It's like the perfect hint of mango. It's enough to where you can taste it, but not too much to where you're like, oh, what is this in my coffee? Because mango and coffee probably together, if there's a lot of mango, isn't that great, I imagine. And they use like real mango puree, so it's really good. We're gonna drop off these returns, get that taken care of, and then I'm gonna be resetting the rest of the day, but I won't check in with y'all until I'm doing like my next actual reset activity for this vlog, and not necessarily like just my normal weekly things like grocery pickup and all that. It's finally time to take care of this wall over here and set up my bookshelf. The final box is unpacked because the last of the boxes we have, or actually that's a lie, the last of the boxes we have out are my books. So I can finally put my books up in here and kind of complete my office space for the time being. We do have a box that is in one of our spare bedroom closets that we just haven't unpacked, but it kind of just has like random miscellaneous stuff that we just haven't really found a spot for. So I don't really consider it a box that we need to really get unpacked because it's not out in the open like my book boxes are, because they're in the other room. So we're going to be getting rid of this shelf or moving it to one of the closets for the time being and getting my bookshelf hung up, and I'm gonna put on my big girl britches and try and do it myself. Originally Griff and I were gonna do this last week after work one day, but both of the days we were gonna do it, we had to do things after work and it just wasn't a priority. And I really wanted to be able to film it while there was natural light in this room instead of like at night with artificial lighting. So that really limited us on time with us going in office and coming home, having to cook dinner, all that stuff. And he has to run a few errands after work. I'm just gonna do it myself. But I think it'll be easy because the shelf's already assembled. I just have to get it on the wall, and we really like destroyed our wall in our last home when we tried to hang the shelf, but it was because we were doing it without the instructions. And then when we finally like found the instructions and did it the right way, it was super easy, and we were like kicking ourselves for making so many holes in the wall. So praying that I get it on the first time and that we don't put a bunch of unnecessary holes in the wall. I did it! I can't wait to text Griffin and tell him that I'm a girl boss and I just did this by myself. Here's the thing. I know it's not groundbreaking and it's not that hard to do. Like, I've hung plenty of things by myself before, built furniture by myself before, but getting it on the first try and not making a ton of unnecessary holes when you don't have anyone else to help you like measure, hold things while you're marking spots, all that stuff, let me be proud of myself. Okay, I brought all my books in here and I have to decide how I'm gonna do this because I honestly don't think I'm gonna have enough space for all of them on this shelf. And as you'll know, eventually I do want to build out one of our open concept kind of rooms in our house to a reading room / library. I'm really hoping I can fit all of these on here, but I also wanted to like save maybe 2 little side spots for decor of sorts, and I want to put my YouTube plaque on here somewhere. So I want to keep that in mind, and I think I'm going to obviously keep series together and like authors similar covers and stuff together. But other than that, I'm like, do I go kind of by color, I guess? I feel like that would look best. So I think I'm gonna start by dividing up the book into like their respective series if they're in a series, or colors, for example, like this if they're a similar color. So let's do that first. Starting to lose some light, but here's where we're at right now with the shelf. Some of the books do kind of want to fall on the end, so I have them leaning a little bit. If you have tips for like ways to keep that from happening, I know acrylic bookends exist, but those also kind of annoy me, so if you have a better solution, let me know. I think I have a spare acrylic bookend set somewhere because I use them on my desk right now, but I put this lamp up here. I do hate that like the cord is totally visible, but I do not want to get one of the USB lamps because those things die so fast. They're a waste of money. I bought one for this shelf when it was in our last home and I never used it because it just died after like 1 use. So I would love like a battery powered lamp situation, but honestly, you can't even see the cord because of this being in the corner of the room. So I'm gonna leave this as is for now because I'm not mad about it. I did all my blue books up here, and I didn't really do by genre, but I did try to keep authors together for the most part. So here's my blue books. I think they look really good, honestly. And then I have like my orange, yellow, red, pink, and kind of just like cream books here. And then I have my plaque. This probably isn't gonna stay this way because I actually really like this on my vanity. It's been on my vanity and I've been using it as like a catch-all for my jewelry. And I love the way it looks over there, like a lot, but I also think it looks really good next to Beach Read. And this copy of Beach Read is just stunning. And you can kind of see the sprayed edges like when you walk in the room because of it facing that way. And then this is a gorgeous engraved Dior perfume that one of my best friends got me as my gift for being her matron of honor, which it's just beautiful and stunning and it just needs to be on display. So I wanted to keep that out. My Throne of Glass series right here. And yes, I know I'm missing Crown of Midnight. I forgot to buy it because I bought the set individually as books. So I don't have Crown of Midnight still and I need to get it. And I feel so bad for not having it because it's actually one of my favorite books in the entire series so far. And then down here I have my Megan Quinn, Lim Painter, and then this Rainbow Rowell book just because it kind of matches the end of the Lim Painter ones right here. And I have no idea what I'm going to put right here. I could do another photo frame, but I don't really like the idea of doing another one. Ideally, I think I would just like to fill in this shelf with more books since none of the other shelves are a full shelf of books. And I went through all of these, which some of these are just like random ones that Griffin's gotten like from work. And then I have some more nonfiction books over here. But yeah, let me know y'all's thoughts on the shelf. I'm happy with it so far. And honestly, it's just like so beautiful seeing my books displayed like this because as y'all know, I had them on that short shelf earlier in our last home. And I don't know why, but seeing them on like a bigger shelf just feels much more complete for some reason. Maybe it's just because I didn't ever really see eye level the other books on the other shelf. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this. I'm probably just gonna stick it in this closet for now because there's not space in our closet and I don't want to put it all the way in the guest closet because right now I do have clothes in some of these bins, so I don't want them to be far from me. It feels so good to have unboxed my final 2 boxes that were out, and I also went ahead and unboxed another box I had in here that had picture frames in it that we just haven't done anything with the pictures in yet. So we've got our final boxes down of the boxes that were out in the open. Editing Abby here. I'm genuinely shocked at the amount of footage I have for this vlog. 50 minutes is crazy. I thought I maybe would have 30 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoy all 50 minutes of it. I didn't film a former outro, so I just wanted to hop on and say thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you all enjoyed this mid-year reset. And I really just wanted to showcase realistically what you can do in a week with resetting your life and getting things together and just taking little nuggets of your time before and after your job to do things that will make you feel more reset and in a better headspace to tackle the back half of the year. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe and turn on post notifications if you aren't subscribed already. And also follow me on my socials like down below so you can keep up with me in real time and for a lot more content there. So I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.